Hey, what is up guys? Zyro here, and I have another battle for you guys. This battle is actually pretty cool because my opponent, Zeus, yeah, that was his name, Zeus, which is actually pretty cool considering his team, he nicknamed his Pokemon after Greek gods. And I was so focused in the battle that I didn't even notice that. But looking back, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. So, further ado, I'm going to be doing a Pokemon gameplay of God of War. Not really. Not really at all. So yeah, I go out with my Latias. You know, it looks like Kratos actually. It has a color scheme. That's pretty cool. Maybe I might nickname my Latias Kratos, even though it's a girl. Maybe not. I don't know. So, fearing the spikes, I switch into my Espeon, my Espionage, right? Because it has magic bounce and I could just push it back towards it. But instead he goes for Trick. So, sadly enough, I had the same item he had, so it did absolutely nothing. Me, thinking he's going to switch out, went directly for a Stab Psychic. But no, he didn't switch out. Instead he stayed in and went for another Trick, which didn't make much sense. Well, actually, maybe he was waiting for me to get stuck into a move. Like, maybe Shadow Ball, and he would have taken it. That makes sense. Anyway, now he goes into his Hades, and this thing is just, I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool now, looking at it. Because that Dusclops could pass for Hades. It doesn't do much damage. So anyway, I go for a Psychic, and it doesn't do much damage. So I decide to switch out into my Sky Army. He goes for a Trick Room, and let me tell you now, that Trick Room actually does something for his team. So anyway, I go for Spikes. He goes for a Scald right now. And that looks like it's going to be a 2-hit KO. But I go for another Spikes. And I leave my Skarmory there as death fodder, as he goes for another Scald and takes it out. So anyway, I have at least 2 layers of spikes, so that's pretty good. So I have I bring in my Ninetales Kitsune, so I could bring the Drought in, and so that way Scald will do less damage. But I don't take that Scald very well. So I go instead for Hypnosis and try to put it to sleep. And then next turn, I go for, what do I go for? For a Nasty Plot, yeah. So I go for a Nasty Plot. He's still asleep. And then I just go straight for a Flamethrower. Because a Stab Flamethrower against, oh, it doesn't even matter. He's part Steel, actually. But a Stab Flamethrower in the sun with Nasty Plot behind it will pretty much kill almost anything. So he brings out Atlas, and I'm like, wow, man. And I go for another Flamethrower, hoping I can get in as much damage as I can, because I know that thing probably has an Everlight, or an Everlight Stone. And he goes for a Thunderbolt. I thought that would kill me, but no, it doesn't. So he switches out into his Chronos, thinking that his Chronos would actually take the damage very well, but instead, he actually doesn't. That thing goes down quickly. Next, he brings out his Hercules, and Hercules is about to do some damage, after taking some damage, obviously, from Spikes. Pretty good investment, in my opinion. So he takes out my Ninetales, and then I go into my Espionage. And I know I'm faster than this thing, and I can kill this thing in one hit if I get the Psychic. So I just go for another Psychic, and Hercules is down. So anyway, next Pokemon is Hades. So I'm like, okay, this thing, I won't be able to do much to it, so I'll just go straight into my Nightwing, hoping Nightwing does some damage. And he goes for a plane split. and that plane split, actually, it doesn't do much, but it helps him a bit. And then he goes for a Trick Room. But then, oh yeah, and then he switches into his Atlas, which is already weakened enough. I'm guessing he used it as death fodder, so he can safely switch into something else. And also make me waste my flying jump if he even knew that I had it. So next he comes out into Hermes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube viewers, one thing I really don't like, one thing that's a thorn in my side, is Dragonite. I don't know, I've been using this team a while, and I've noticed that Dragonite really just screws up my whole game plan. And here, oh, also I forgot here that I used Trick Room. I mean, no, that he used Trick Room. So I thought my Latias would be faster and get the Draco Meteor first, but no, instead his Dragonite is faster, and that gets a Draco Meteor. And I completely forgot about Trick Room in this situation. So I'm thinking my Espionage is going to be able to outspeed it with his Choice Scarf. I'm like, wait, how's that thing faster? Man, that thing is strong. And then I don't even quite take it out. But then here it says the twisted dimensions return to normal. And then my Espeon smiles, and then it takes it out. So Hermes is down. Next he brings out Hades. And I'm pretty sure Espionage won't be able to actually beat Hades, but he can do a lot of damage towards him. So he goes for a Trick Room. Sets it up. He goes for Nightshade, takes out my Espionage, but that's okay because I still have my Infernape, which, in my opinion, I love Infernape in the OU tier. It's just so good. It outspeeds a lot of Pokemon, and it does a lot of damage, and it can take at least one hit from almost everything. So anyway, I go for a Flare Blitz that's powered up by so many things: the Sun, the Stab, the Fire Gem. It's more than enough to kill. And I win. That was the game. So, like always, like, comment, and subscribe. It's been Zyro, and it's been cool. See you guys.